SMT Nation, what's going on? It's your boy, the SMT. What I want to do is I want to take the opportunity to complete a two-part, collection of videos. What I want to do is I want to cover a little bit of commentary that I'm starting to get a pulse of, and I want to present it to you guys here within the SMT Nation, as I do think this is important. There could be a situation brewing amongst investors and shareholders and what's going on at Verizon. So I want to start this off by saying I get the impression that Hans Vestberg has eyes on him. And by that, I mean some of his steps are going to be heavily viewed and scrutinized through a specific scope. So what I caught in the story, and I believe it was on, it was like a marketplace story. I'll get the link for you guys. I'll put it in the description box. It slips my mind as of right now when I'm recording this commentary. But essentially, it's scrutinizing his golden parachute payout. And the claim is that the estimated amount or value of that payout is astronomical. Now, what a golden parachute deal is that if a CEO, any executive for that matter, is fired without cause, that's how they quote it, without cause, they would receive, a certain amount of monetary assignment. This was the same situation that we saw with Randall Stevenson, I believe. Pretty much all large companies have some sort of a golden parachute clause within their agreements with, their CEOs and leadership, high-level executives. So investors and shareholders want to retroactively reverse policy to cancel or recoup bonuses, potentially, due to terminations within reason. So there's kind of a disconnect there. So the thing is whether or not these CEOs actually get terminated with or without cause. That would define whether or not a golden parachute would be enacted. So in this case, the present structure, when we look at, investors, it deters them from wanting to invest in the company out of fear and risk. The golden parachute deals can sometimes exceed 3, 4, 5 times the executive salary, right? So in this case, Hans Vestberg, we look at what he makes per year, and, we look at how that compares to, say, for example, Lowell McAdam, the former CEO. He walked away from Verizon with a golden parachute deal estimated at 5 times his annual salary. So Hans is currently paid $20 million annually, and he receives stocks and payments, so that's how that's valued. His golden parachute could be valued at $40 million, and shareholders are pissed, and the value of the stock has not really improved during Hans' time. Now, you can argue and make the argument that maybe it's residual from when Lowell McAdam was there. I don't know if that's necessarily the case. These are conversations you'd have to have with some people on the internal that have been there throughout both CEO tenures. But, the success of the company has really faded. They're not really growing. Shareholders aren't getting the return of investment. So since Hans Vestberg has taken over, the stock hasn't really moved much. I mean, the return of investment thus far, it's a very small percentage. It's like 27% return, right, over what it was valued at since he started. So there's no true growth happening. It's a very slow growth. Revenue is up based on quarterly reports, but there's no customer volume and there's no sign of indications that there's going to be some stock acceleration. And that's what the investors care about. We've seen job shifts, we've seen retail become minimized, and other things that may have artificially inflated the total revenue operations of the company, but it hasn't been through growth. So maybe it's Verizon and the CEO's operations that are squeezing the most out of these lemons, but at some point, I feel like you need new lemons. And that's what I think the scrutiny is coming from. And with a golden parachute deal paying off that high, I think the shareholders' concerns are warranted. And maybe that is deterring, these types of shareholders coming in and investing. Again, like I said, this is going to be a 2-part video. I'm going to do some initial commentary. I want to give you guys a look into what's going on from Verizon from their employee standpoint, how they view and see the company, and how they're kind of looking at the way things are under the current CEO. Now, I do want to say not all of this is hard, concrete proof from every single employee. I mean, every employee has a different role within the company. I'm sure some are satisfied and some are happy. But when you see all of the job shifting and when you see some of the things going on in the retail space, some things are inconclusive, and that's where the eyebrows start to get raised. Again, I'm no advising financial advisor or, don't come to me looking for who you should invest in. But when these are rumblings in public articles, and I'm hearing rumblings out of the retail side as well as from the employment side, I think it's something that we have to review and at least be open to analyze and scrutinize. Here at the SMT Nation, we call a spade, and I'm going to see if I can put together this commentary so that we kind of get a good feel and a pulse for what's going on at Big Red. So if you appreciated this video, obviously give it a like and a share, give that a thumbs up, and that really helps out the channel quite a bit. And offer your commentary. Let me know what you think. How do you see Verizon today compared to where they were? Do you see these things as being problems? Do you think it's just typical corporate type operations? Let me know if you think I'm off. Let me know if you have some insight on it possibly. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Go ahead and sound off in the comment section below. The voice of the people, the SMT Nation. Let your voice be heard.
Thank you for taking this opportunity to watch the SMT YouTube channel. If you appreciated this video, give it a like and a share to all your favorite social media platforms. Thank you in advance for that. Also, check out some of the links in the description box. We have the SMT Patreon page. We also have the Twitter handle at SneedTech. And do check out the audio-only podcast available on all the major podcast platforms. And if you are new, have not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and activate the bell notification icon so you never miss an upload from the SMT. We'll catch you on the next video. Peace.